Hi! Welcome to the card review. This is just for arena purposes. We're posting this on my YouTube, although now that you're watching on YouTube, you know that, but I'm just letting my stream know. And yeah, all ratings are for arena, so I'm gonna skip through a lot of these cards because they don't apply. Like, this one does not apply, this one does not apply. Alright, that applies, right? Mech, Death Rattles, restore 8 health to the enemy hero. Well, I have my famous Can't Be Bad, but it's a 5-mana 6/6, and I don't think it can be bad. I think on some classes you might hesitate to pick it on, like Hunter, for sure, or like really aggressive decks, but at the end of the day, it's still a 5-mana 6/6, and in Arena, more or less, stats are the most important thing. With that said, like, right now, I haven't seen the rest of the cards yet, but right now there's like Pit Fighters that's really popular, Spectral Knights, Fen Creepers, right? The 4/6 stat line, the 5/6 stat line, the 3/6 stat line, and this 6/6 just eats it for free, essentially. And that's really powerful. So I think for that reason, I think it is a good card. No, I think it might even be great. I feel like it's great unless you're playing a very aggro deck, so maybe 2.5, 2, or probably like unpickable for like Hunter, for example. Okay, next. Polluted Hoarder, Death Rattle, draw a card. It's a 4/2. I think this is a. Man, this is hard because I haven't seen all the cards yet, so I want to go back and do it. I'm gonna say it's a. I think it's a great card for Arena because I do like the 4/2 stat line more than the 2/4. It's just more aggressive. You force them to have more answers. I think it's card draw is really good. I would say it's 2.5 again. God, saying a lot of 2.5s. Okay, that's not applicable. At the start of your turn, set this minion's attack to 7. 7/7. 5-mana 7/7. I think it's really hard to pull off. It is something that kind of pulls aggro right away, but it's just gonna get eaten by Kodos. And it's like whenever you have a 0 stat card, like you kind of see it with what's that card right now? The summoning stone, right? Is that what it's called? The card that kind of summons spells based off of, summons minions based off of spells that you cast. Summoning Stone, I think that's what it's called. You can see that it's not that powerful in Arena because it's hard to keep it alive for a turn, so I think it's quite bad. I would say it's below average. I don't think it's unplayable because in some decks you could probably protect it, but I would say 5. Stand Against Darkness, summon 5, 1/1 Silver-Hand Recruits. Paladins. I think it's really strong because I think AoE is not that common in Arena. So for that reason, I think it just kind of gives your snowball cards even like a greater effect. So I would say it's good, like 3. I don't think it's great or amazing, but I think it is quite good because it's still 5/5 worth of stats for 5 and it's split up. And once again, Paladin is a class that can kind of take advantage of having split up minions. You generally want to keep flooding. Okay. Eater of Secrets. This is bad. Like, I don't think you see that many secrets in Arena. So, and the 2/4 body makes it just pretty bad. Like, even if it eats one secret, it's a 3/5, which isn't that overwhelming. I mean, it's definitely good if you can destroy an enemy secret, but once again, I think like Kazan Mystic is more playable because the 4/3 body has more relevance than the 2/4. Although this could probably still change because of depending on the other cards I see. So at the moment, I would say probably 5. Giant Sandworm. It's a hunter card, looks like, and whenever this minion kills another minion, it may attack again. Wow. I think it's a great card. It's something that needs to be dealt with. It's basically like, yeah. Wow. Wow. This paired with Tundra Rhino seems insane. But it is an epic, so you won't see it a lot. It won't be that relevant. I would say it's great. I don't think it's quite amazing because it's still an 8/8 that doesn't have charge, and like having the Tundra into Giant Sandworm is a nice combo, but realistically, I mean, that's 2 turns of your Tundra living, right? And yeah, it's gonna be kind of obnoxious when this gets pulled from um, like Ram Wrangler, but those are pretty rare too. I think it's still fine as a standalone minion. Probably just great. Don't think it's amazing. Hogger Doom of Elwyn. Whenever this minion takes damage, summon a 2/2 Knoll with Taunt. Whenever this minion... Wow! I think it's quite good. I think that's great. Wow. I think this is insane. I would say probably like 1.5. Because it is something that has kind of like that you do kind of need to be winning on board, right? Because like if they have a 6 attack creature, it's just gonna one shot it, and it's just a 7 mana 6/6. But often you're often this card will work, and you'll get Insane Valley off of it. So I think it's great. Probably like 1.5. I would pick it. I would definitely pick this over Gruul, for example, which is I think is a fine card in Arena. Claxi, Amber Weaver, Cthulhu. Is this Cthulhu or Cthulhu? I don't know. Cthulhu. Okay, so this is insane. I saw this card before. Ah, man, they just keep giving mages more stuff. It kind of makes me sad. Just like, I mean, it's an epic at least, but they don't need this. They don't need this. This seems crazy to me. It's just so efficient. I mean, this is like the definition of efficiency, right? So I think it's amazing in Arena. I don't see how people think it could possibly be bad in Arena when it literally does exactly what you want to just fill in your mana. Yeah. And worst case, like at 10 mana, it's a Pyroblast, right? Like that's so crazy. I think it's amazing. Not just great, I think it's amazing. Forbidden Shaping. Spend all your mana, summon... Oh yeah, this is crazy too. I saw both these cards already, but yeah. This is one. Amazing. Just really, really top tier. It's exactly what Priest needs, and... Wait, what are you talking about? Oh! Forbidden Flame is only to... It's only to minions. Alright, it's probably just great then. If it could go face, it would be amazing. I was like, how can you guys say this is not great or amazing? Okay, it's great. It's great. It's great. But I still think I think it's still pretty ridiculous because it is filling in your mana perfectly, right? Like it's always going to encompass the rest of your mana, and you can kind of like plan turns around this. So I think it's quite strong. Great. Forbidden Shaping, spend all your mana. All your mana. Yeah, all your remaining mana, right? So yeah, I think it's really strong. It's exactly what Priest needs, and will be kind of crazy RNGesus in Arena, but definitely amazing. Forbidden Healing, spend all your mana, restore twice that much health. You can target creatures, right? I think it's quite powerful. I think all these cards are quite powerful because it just kind of plays into the tempo style, and even if you're filling in like 1 mana and you're healing a minion for 2, I think that's still quite good. So I would say it is healing though, so I would probably say just good. Maybe 3 to 4, 3.5. I think it's gonna be better than people think though, because like just the efficiency of it, and I think efficiency is really important. Herald Volage. Summon a 1/1 copy of each of your other minions. Whoa. Summon a 1/1 copy. I mean, Priest already has a lot of death rattles. They already have Museum Curator as well. But you have to... It's like a win more card though. It's like a win more card. like you can think of the insane value, but how often is like if priest is on the board already, you don't need this card. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. I think it's good. Like it's a legendary, it's good, but no. I don't think it's like I think it'll be really fun in constructed, but for arena purposes, like if you're winning as a priest on board already, probably like you don't need this. So it's good. It's not great. It's actually probably like average then, because if you're losing, it's actually just quite bad. Anyway, Infested Tauren, taunt, death rattle, summon a 2/2 slime. The 2/2 slime does not have taunt, right? Does it show? No. It's a common, a 2/3 common taunt with a death rattle. If the death rattle doesn't have taunt, I don't think it's very good. Because the 2/3 is just a bit too weak. I think it's 5 then, right? That's like a 4/5 split up into 2 parts. But it's a, I just think it's too weak. Like as a 4-drop, it's just too weak. Actually, it is. You do get the 2/2. I'd say 4.5. I can't see it being that great. Yeah, 4.5 for me. Because it's still a taunt. It still has some benefit at least. Destroy all minions, draw a card for each. I mean, it's an epic. You're not going to see it that much in arena. Oh, they already have Twisting Nether. I don't think it's that good because, like, I'm trying to think of like an arena context, and you're like even unless you're top decking versus someone else, but you're a warlock. If you're top decking versus someone else, you should be winning anyway because your hero power is better, right? And it's just I don't like it. I don't think it's good in arena. I think it's actually pretty bad. It's not a Deathwing. Someone just said in chat that it's a Deathwing. A Deathwing puts a 12/12 body on the board. This does not put a 12/12 body on the board. This puts nothing on your board unless you have death rattles, right? So I don't think it's actually as good as you think because you still don't regain the board for yourself. So it's only good situationally. I'm gonna say that it's just I think it's actually average. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for that one, but like when you really think about the situation that this can apply to, like it's only in a top decking situation, right? Anyway. Or you're just completely unless your opponent has like no steam left. Anyway, Halazeal the Ascended. Whenever your spells deal damage, restore that much health to your hero. Yeah, it's good. I don't think it's amazing. It's good. Because it's a 5 and a 4/6, which is already good. Like it's already fine, and then it has an upside. So I think it's good. 4/6 with an upside. Tentacle of N'Zoth. Is that how you say it? That will deal 1 damage to all minions. Yay! AoE! Common AoE. Is this a yay? Is this a yay? Yeah, I think it's a yay for arena. I think you have to pick this because of paladins. I'm gonna say I think it's probably great, actually. I'm trying to think about it. It's a little bit hard to use because you don't get to like even if they muster and you play this, you have to like do nothing, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just good. I think it is necessary though. So maybe 3. I'd say 3. Oh, this is insane. This is crazy. 1/1/1, equip a 1. This is gonna make warriors crazy, especially as a common. I think that this is really needed. I'm a huge I love Light's Justice. I think Light's Justice is crazy good, and this is Light's Justice with a 1/1 body. So insane. 1, definitely 1. Faceless Shambler, taunt, battle cry, copy friendly minions, attack and health. Copy a friendly minion's attack and health. You can do really cool stuff with this. I think it's good. I think it's great. Because it is a win more card, but it's only a 4-drop, which means you can still play it with like another 4 or 5. So I think it's great. It's very situationally bad. I think it's very good. Because you can also do really cool stuff with it. Like, imagine this with a Warlock, right? You power Overwhelming, and then you play it. Oh my god, that's insane! I feel like it's situationally amazing. Silence is scary, but you don't see a lot of it, and they nerfed Silence, right? They've nerfed Owl into like a 3-mana 2/1, and they nerfed Keeper of the Grove a bit, and Silence is getting diluted, unless they introduce more Silence, I'm not aware of yet. I would say, because there's not enough Silence in Arena, this is crazy. I would say 1.5. I would say probably 1. Maybe 1. Yeah, I'm gonna say 1. Final call. I'm calling this card amazing in Arena! We'll see if I'm wrong. But I mean, it's an epic, we'll see. N'Zoth, the Corruptor, battle cry, summon your Death Rattle minions that dives. It's insane. This is crazy. This is 1. I mean, obviously you need some sort of Death Rattles, but right now I think you know there's a lot of Death Rattles in Arena. Right? You pick your Death Rattles, Haunted Creeper, Piloted Sky Golem, Piloted Shredder, the Mounted Raptors, Sludge Belchers, right? Like, you pick them. Those are all premium cards, you always pick them. Minus like Zombie Chaz, but who cares, it's still a body. And as a 5/7, it's crazy. I think it's crazy good in Arena. Undercity Huckster. Add a random class card to your hand from your opponent's class. Why? That's crazy! That's amazing! I'm gonna say 1. Amazing. Amazing. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. I don't... Why are we giving Rogue more stuff? Ugh! 1. I'd say 1. Easy 1. Like, it's not as good as, like, Dark Peddler, in a sense, but it's just kind of what Rogue needs, right? They just kind of want to keep putting annoying, like, just stuff on the board, and then to not run out of steam. Because they will outdo you. They will clear your board, they will out-efficiency you, so you don't really need the discover part, you just need stuff. And when you give a decent body, a 2/2 body, for a 2-drop, and you're still drawing a card, I think it's a 1. Renounce Darkness. Replace your Hero, Power, and Warlock cards with another classes. I don't know. I actually can't really rate this. I don't think it's bad, especially because it's making the other cards cost 1 less, but it's a bit too random, because, like, how many Warlock cards do you have in your hand? Right? Like, I don't know. It is 2 mana do something, though. I don't think it could be bad. I want to say it's actually good. I definitely want to play it. I actually can't give a real rating for this because it's too much randomness. It's going to be all over the place because for some people it's going to be great and for some people it's going to be crap. Replace your Hero, Power, and Warlock cards with another classes. Yeah, you replace all your class cards, right? Yeah. Oh! In the entire deck? Oh. Oh, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good then. I mean, it can be good. You can randomly just like become a mage and it gives you like a bunch of pyroblasts or something. But it could also make you a priest and then you're like, why? Why? I don't want to be a priest. So probably bad. I would say 5, maybe 6. Spawn of N'Zoth, give your minions +1/+1. I think it's good. I think this is a good card. I think it's just good though. I don't think it's going to be crazy because it is something that needs preemptive setup. It's going to be crazy on paladins and shamans. Shaman seems to be getting better. Okay. The Boogie Monster, when this minion attacks and kills a minion, gain +2/+2. Doesn't seem that good in Arena. I think it's fine, like good. Is it even good? It might be like 3.5 because like it's an ogre for 2 more mana with that upside. So probably like 3.5. Like, it doesn't seem that good. I don't think it's a terrible card because it does have to be dealt with right away, and the 6/7 is still relevant, right? Like, the 6/7 body is still kind of hard to deal with. And honestly, like, usually you're paying 8 mana for an 8/8, right? Like, that's a comparison we can make. An 8/8. Usually the 8 attack doesn't matter as much as the 8 health. This has 1 less health. So let's just say 6 attack usually deals with whatever you need to deal with. And it does have to be dealt with right away. So I think probably 3.5. Hope that makes sense. Give your minions death rattle, add a random beast to your hand. As Hunter, I have to see the rest of the Hunter cards, but it seems fun. It's like 3 mana, draw maybe 2. I think it's probably going to be good, if not great, because let's say we have even 2 minions on the board, right? We can compare 3 mana, draw 2 to a lot of stuff, right? Like, we can, Arcane Intellect is one, there's more and I just can't think of it. Thought Steal is another, Burgle is another, right? 3 mana, draw 2 is something that we're familiar with. So I think that it's not exactly the same thing because it gets silenced and bad things could happen, but it's going to be generally, it's going to be generally at least drawing 2 cards. So I would say it's good, if not great. 2.5. Tentacles for arms. Death Rattle. Return this to your hand. What is this? Is this a rogue card? It's a warrior weapon? Oh, I think it's pretty bad. Like, I understand that the Death Rattle means that you are always going to have this weapon, but I think it's just too slow in Arena. So I would say it's pretty bad. It's still a weapon, but I'd say it's pretty bad. It's only going to be good in, like, late game situations. So I'd say 5. 5.5. Zariel Poison Mind, it's a legendary. God, there's 161 cards! It's gonna take forever. It's gonna take forever. Battlecry and Death Rattle. Add a random toxin card to your hand. What? I don't know what that is. Is there a... What's a toxin? Oh, okay. I was like, wait. I don't know what this is. Oh my gosh. Alright, let me see these again. It's a 4 mana 3/2 with a Battlecry and a Death Rattle, so you get 2. And they're 1 mana spells. So like spell parts. Return a friendly minion to your hand, it costs 2. So Shadow Step. 1 mana Shadow Step, right? Give it 3 minion, 3 attack. Wow, that's strong. Give it minion stealth. Okay, that's just stealth part. Deal 2 damage. That's like arcane shot, arcane shot. Draw a card. It's pretty good. Wow. I think it's great. I think it's I think it's 1 to 2, 1.5. Like, I don't think it's just like gonna win you the game, but it definitely, for what it is pretty nuts. It's not great on curve, so maybe I'll just say 2. Like, on curve, you don't really want to play this 4-drop, but I think it does have immense value, and it's kind of what Rogue wants, right? So let's say 2 for Arena. Maybe that's underselling it, but I think just for the point of it's not good on curve, right? I think no one can argue that. Mukla, Tyrant of the Veil, Battlecry, add 2 bananas to your hand. 6 mana 5/5. Sure. I think it's fine. I think it's just fine. I would say 4. Like, it's a 6 mana 5/5, so you're overpaying, especially as you see, like, the 5 attack doesn't seem to deal with as much. It feels like a lot of the 5 mana creatures have 6 health now. Granted that you do have bananas behind it, but I would say, like, I think it's just average. Because you're paying 1 extra mana for 2 bananas. I mean, that's sure. Knowing that bananas are +1/+1, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that... Oops. I'm assuming that's +1/+1. Oh my god! Sorry. Called Apothecary. 5 mana 4/4. Battlecry, for each enemy minion restore 2 health. Oh my god, this is gonna take all day. 39 out of 67. Battle cry. For each enemy minion, restore 2 health to your hero. Oh, man. I think it's really good. Right? I think this is like kind of a mage's wet dream. Because they just play this, they heal back up a bunch, and then they blizzard your ass, and then they flame strike, and they're like, lol, lol. Right? I think it's actually quite good. Like, I think healing is really underrated in Arena. Like, how many times have you guys lost to, like, a heal bot? Or just heals in general? Like, any kind of healing. And it has decent stats, like, you know, like Nightblade. It's not great. You're not happy to pay 5 mana 4/4, but it's not like the stats are unplayable. So I think it's slow, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think. So for that reason, I'm going to say it's good. It's a good card. Ragnaros, Light Lord. At the end of your turn, restore 8 health to a damage-friendly character. So it can be your face too. That's cute. Sure. It's good. Yeah. It's an 8 mana 8/8 with an upside, right? So it's like, it's 2.5? 2? Great. Don't think it's amazing. It's not going to win you the game, but 2? I'll say 2. Mark of Yesharj? Yesharj. Not sure if I'm saying this correctly. Give a minion +2/+2. If it's a beast, draw a card. Wow, it's just Mark of the Wild, but better. Cool. Yeah, it's great. 2. 1. Maybe 1. Wow, wait. +2/+2 and draw a card. That's crazy. I would say it's 1. Like, it's literally Mark of the Wild minus the taunt, but who cares? So, +2/+2 plus draw a card. Yeah, it's great. Alright. Oh, Rag can also heal himself. Wow! Yeah, but it's random, so I might heal your face instead. I still think 2. I'm gonna say 2. Maybe that's underrating it. Maybe it's 1.5. It's a legendary. We're not gonna see it too much. Scaled Nightmare. At the start of your turn, double this minion's attack. So it can be 4 attack, or you just buff it. Yeah, it's crap. I think it's crap. Oh, it's every turn, right? Every turn it doubles? Okay, wait, let me think. Every turn it doubles. It's like, it's hard to rate this card because it's kind of like the questing adventure, right? Like, yeah, it's not very great, but randomly it's gonna win people games. Because like questing adventure, I feel like we've all lost to questing adventure, right? Like, there has been a time in all of our Hearthstone careers where there was a questing adventure, and because you couldn't do 2 damage to it when it was first played, suddenly it's hitting you for 18, and you're like, what is life? Right? So this is kind of like that. It's like one of those just randomly is going to win you a card, but it's probably pretty bad. So I think even though people are going to win cards like that, or win games off this card, I would still say it's like average to below average. So exactly where questing adventure lies, right? So for that reason, I will say 4 to 4.5. All right. Shadow Word Horror. Destroy all minions with 2 attack or less. Oh man, that makes this card so much worse. Oops. That makes this card so much worse already. Although, then you'd have to be playing against Priest Arena, and we know that doesn't happen. Destroy all minions with 2 or less attack. Sure. I mean, you can Shrink Meister first with it. That's kind of cute, right? It's removal. 3. Doesn't seem amazing. Doesn't seem bad. So, like, let's say there are 2 minions with 2 attack or below. You're using 2 Shadow Word Pains for 1 card at the very least. Yeah, I think it's good. I don't think it's great or amazing. 3. Yesharj. At the end of your turn, put a minion from your deck into the battlefield. It's great. It's 10 mana 10/10. That does something. It's great. It's 1. Sorry. It's not great. It's amazing. Sorry. I forget my own rating systems. Skaram Cultist. Give you... Oh, yeah, it's not we don't look at Cthulhu cards. At the start of your turn, put a 10-cost minion from your deck into your hand. Not applicable. It's a 6. Yeah, it's bad. It's below average. I don't think it's unplayable because cards, like, sometimes you're gonna have to pick this, but you know, generally unplayable. Like 6 mana 4/6 isn't the end of the world. You're paying 1 more mana for like a Spectral Knight kind of dealio, but you shouldn't have 10-cost minions, right? So for that reason, I would say below average or terrible. Steward of Starkshire. Whenever you summon a 1-health minion, oh, why? Why? Whenever you summon, so it's not even play. Like that counts as their silver hands. Like that counts as their hero power, right? It's not whenever you play a 1-health minion. It's whenever you summon. Why? Oh, Paladin! Paladins. My heart can't take it. Oh, at least it's a rare, but the one. What? It's crazy. What do you mean? That's nuts. Oh my god, they play this and they muster for battle and you just, oh my god, you literally lose. Can you imagine this into muster? Oh my god. Even noble sacrifice? Yeah, it's a 1. And we're sad because it's a paladin card. We need more 1s for like priests and warriors and shamans. You know? Anything that's not mage, paladin, or rogue. Pretty much. Right, cool. Kabbalist's Tomb. Add 3 random mage spells to Alright, this is slow, but it's still playable in Arena. It's 5 mana, draw 3, so it's a nourish for mage. And the quality of mage spells is freaking nuts, right? It's nuts! So, yeah, it's gonna be slow, and it's not for every deck, but still for what it is, I think it's great. At least a 2. Like, once again, you still are gonna pass this in certain types of decks, but yeah, it's crazy. It's like, especially for like rushy decks, which is what we're seeing in Arena right now. Of course, the meta is going to change once this patch hits, but like it's already rushy and the worst feeling ever already, right? Like, let me know if you guys feel differently, but they're like running out of steam and they top deck Ethereal Conjurer, and then you're just like, fuck, because suddenly there's a 6/3 staring at you for 5 mana and you know there's just some like OP spell behind it too. This is kind of like, it's not the same impact because there's no minion, but it's 3 spells. And, oh, I don't think they need it. I think it's great. I don't think it's amazing. Because it doesn't have that that minion component, but, oh, gosh. Alright. 1 mana, 1/3, your hero power becomes summon a 1/1 Murloc. That's cute. Yeah, sure. It's fine. I think it's good, great. Like, obviously it's gonna screw with your synergy for some cards like Quartermaster, but that's an epic. This is an epic, first of all. And second of all, you're probably not gonna get too much synergy. Like, even if you do get Murloc Knights, you're probably like, the chance of getting something that will affect it is quite low. There's only like direct buffs. There's only like Grimscale Oracle, right? Like, because the battle cries that affect it don't, like, you can't use the health buffing one because it's a battle cry, and when the Murloc Knight summons it, you don't get the battle cry. Yeah, it's good though because it's a 1 mana 1/3, so you're giving Paladin something to do on turn 1 that isn't just a secret, which is kind of insane. So for, yeah, I think it's good or great. Probably 2.5. Because I think the battle cry doesn't matter as much. No, maybe not great then. What am I saying? Let's just say 3. 3. Because, once again, it's just a 1 mana 1/3, and we're talking about Paladin, right? Who traditionally doesn't have that 1 drop, and now they do. Thing from below. Taunt. Costs 1 less for each totem you've summoned this game. Oh! Quite good. Quite good. Because it's also a taunt. So even if you just hero power once, it's still a 5 mana 5/5. Ah, it's insane. I think it's great, maybe amazing. Probably like 1.5. Ah, probably just 1, honestly. Because, like, there's still Flame Tongue Totem and there's Totem Golem, right? So there are still playable totems that aren't hero power. And yeah, I think it's amazing. Master of Evolution. I've seen this card. Transform a friendly minion into a random one that costs 1 more. It's insane. This is like top tier. Like, you know how you just insta pick certain cards? This is one of them. There's not even an overload, which I think is overpowered. Because frankly, like, this should be an overload card. 1, the stats are insane. It's a 4 mana 4/5, and 2, the battle card's insane. Like, it's not even just a Recombob, which is already a powerful card. I think we can all rate Recombobulator as a good card, right? It's statted well, 3 mana 3/2, nice. The upside is you can transform your minion into like another random minion at the same cost. Already great, right? Like, you hit with the minion, you Recombob it, great. This is even better than that. Oh my gosh. So, like, if I could rate it higher than 1, I would. Hammer of Twilight. It's a shaman card? Okay, it's a shaman card. How can you tell what class it is based off of the borders? I don't understand. Summon a 4/2 elemental. Yeah, it's good. It's a 5 mana. It's like a little bit worse than Arcanite, but generally, like, the 5 health. Well, the 5 health is the 5 damage is really nice, but still, with the Death Rattle component, it's crazy. I would honestly say amazing. I would say amazing in Arena. 1. Wow, those are really strong. Nice. I'm glad to see that. Ravaging Ghoul. Man, I need some water after this. Oh my god. We're 1/3 of the way through. Good lord, this is just gonna be a talking stream. Ravaging Ghoul, Battlecry, deal 1 damage to all other minions. Wow, that's really good. It's really, really good. This is a 1. I think this is a 1. This is kind of what you need as a warrior, because not only can it proc your own stuff, like there is still Frothing Berserker, right? And oh, weapons have a color border below rarity. What? Below rarity. Oh, in the back. I see. Okay. Anyway, Ravaging Gold. Yeah, I think this is kind of what we're. Maybe it's not amazing because it's not 3/4. No, I still think it is amazing though. Oh yeah, Execute. I was like, there's more. There's Armor Smith. Well, Armor Smith isn't really relevant in Arena, but Execute for sure. And Crush even, that's an epic though. But it's a common. I think it is exactly what it needs. Because the matchup against Paladin is so rough, because when you think about like their hero power versus your hero power does nothing. Their hero power summons a 1/1. And when you have that happening over and over and over, let's say like by turn 10, they have hero power twice and you've hero power twice, right? You've gotten 4 health for a 2/2 worth. And that's just like a very tame example. If they've hero power 4 times, it's a 4/4 worth of stats that you've had to deal with, and you've gained 8 health, which is like really not even close to the same thing in Arena when we're just talking about board control. So I think this is kind of crazy. I really would say 1.5 because it's still a little bit situational, but I do think it is crazy. 1.5. Mire Keeper. Choose 1, summon a 2/2 slime, or gain an empty mana crystal. Oh, okay, after this card I need a break. I need to get some water. Summon a 2/2 slime, or gain an empty mana crystal. 4 mana 3/3 plus 2/2, so it's like a shittier Silverhand Knight for 1 less mana. Or it's a 4 mana 3/3 ramp 1. Yeah, it's quite good, right? It's 5/5 worth of stats, and it's a bit better. Like, you can kind of compare it to, it's actually better, right, than Dragonling Mechanic, because Dragonling Mechanic is a 4/5 worth of stats. This is a 5/5, and also the 2/1 and the 2/4 stat distribution's a lot worse than the 3/3 and 2/2. So I think this is good. 1.5. I don't think it's like it's gonna just win you the game, but I think it definitely is strong. 1.5, maybe 2. 1.5 to 2. Does this give you an excess mana at 10 mana? I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't think so. I think it has to be filled crystal, right? Blood of the Ancient One. Welcome back. If you control 2 of these at the end of your turn, merge them into the ancient one. No. What? No. It's a 9-mana 9/9. Holy crap. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, but it's a 9-mana, oops. It's a 9-mana 9/9, but it's just fine. Like, it's not bad, right? Because it's still a 9-mana 9/9. It's just a very slow card that you play, like a finisher almost. Yeah, it's I think it's average though. It's just fine, right? Like, because the problem with big minions in Arena is there's too many answers to it right now. Like, whenever you play even like a 4/6, it's generally gonna get like Keeper of Ultimate or something bad is gonna happen to it, right? Like all the classes that are strong in Arena right now have a quick answer to big minions, and it's actually kind of scary to play a big minion. So yeah, sometimes it is going to do work. Like against certain classes, maybe Druid, for example, it's very powerful, but you're seeing a lot more mages and paladins and rogues than you are seeing the other classes, and for that reason, I would say it's just bad. So yeah, Kraken is much better because it has that battlecry component, so you're having that extra, like, at least it's doing something before it dies, you know? And it's like, it did something and now it has to be dealt with. It's just like Fire Elemental, why it's so powerful. But yeah, I would just say it's average 4. Oh yeah, the same thing. Blood Warriors, add a copy of each damage friendly minion to your hand. Wow! I think it's really good, especially because we saw the Whirlwind one, the common card. The, ew. I don't the image is so gross. It reminds me of like Gushers. I don't know if you guys had Gushers as a kid, but you know, like when two of them get stuck in this. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I think it's crazy good. 1.5 because it's still a little situational, but generally it's going to be quite good. And especially with more and more ways to damage your own minions, like we have the 3/3 common, I don't remember what it's called. We also have Deathspite. So yeah, I would say it's 1.5 to 2. Call of the Wild. Summon all 3 animal companions. Oh. So you have a 5/4, a 2/4, and a 5/2 charger, a 2/4, and a 5/4. Yeah, I think it's good. It's great. 1. It's 8 mana, at least deal 5 damage, right? So, yeah, it's quite good. Spreading Madness. Deal 9 damage randomly split among all characters. I hate this card, man. Oops. Blizzard heard me. I just hate this card. It's gonna be just really annoying in Arena. Like, this is the kind of RNG where it's just like so ridiculous what the outcomes can be. You know, it's just like too much RNG. 9 damage? It can just literally win or lose you the game, and you're gonna lose against the dumbest shit when this just friggin' hits you in the face 9 times. So, I just wouldn't play it. I feel like it's gonna be a fine card, but I just still wouldn't play it. Because generally you want to play this when you have no minions on your board. Oh gosh, no. I mean, it's still a good card, right? Because it can hit you in the face, but it's like a bomber. But the thing is, bomber has a it's probably great, isn't it? Because like you're really only playing it when you're off the board, and they have a board, and this is kind of a way to get back on the board. I would say 2, although it makes me sad looking at this card. Okay. Yogg Saron, Hope's End, Battlecry, cast a random spell for each spell you've cast this game. I don't know, man. Oh gosh. It's just, I just don't like these kinds of cards. It's like too much RNG. Like, you can just literally lose. Man. Ugh. I hate this card. Like I can already feel the salt before I've even seen this card. You know? Like I already like the future me is cringing. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. So can it cast spells on itself? Like this is good 2/3 of the time. Do you really want to play something that's good 2/3 of the time? I guess it is like a random way to win the game. Oh, it can, so it can like starfire itself. Oh god. Sure. I mean, I would say it's good because it gives you a chance to win games you weren't going to win otherwise. It's probably great because of that, right? Like it gives you a chance to win games you weren't going to win. And otherwise, if you're winning, you just hold the card and you don't play it. So, good lord. I kind of hate this man. So we're not going to see him much, but yeah. Possessed Villager, Death Rattle, summon a 1/1 Shadow. What's a Shadow Beast? It's just a 1/1? It's just a 1/1? Is Shadow Beast anything special? If not, then it's good. Oh, is it a 1/1 demon? It's not a demon. 1/1 token. I think it's good though, because you kind of just want something on the board a lot of the time. It's just annoying to deal with. So it's kind of like Ardent Squire. You can kind of compare it to that, right? It can be silenced, just like an Ardent Squire can be silenced. I think it's quite good. Especially, like, it's actually better than an Ardent Squire for Warlock because, like, Power Overwhelming is kind of a common card, especially with Dark Peddlers in Arena. You kind of see Power Overwhelming more, and so it's something that sticks for that. Yeah, I think it's good. It's probably like 2. Great. Next. And Sagoth the Slither. Have I talked about the card nerfs at all? I already did that yesterday. Taunt can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. Wow. It's quite good. Wow. Man, it's gonna suck playing against Paladin. Keeper of Alderman. Bam. Yeah, I think it's great though. I think it's great, probably amazing. You can't heal it as a priest and you can't buff it. But who cares? It's a 5/9 taunt. I think it's 2. Maybe a 1. 1.5 to 2. Because the taunt is really, really relevant. Wisps of the Old Gods. Wisps of the Old Gods. Not whispers. Haha. Choose 7 1/1 wisps or give your minions +2/+2. What's the card we have already? It's like Dark Whispers. 6 mana, summon 5 1/1s. Or give your minions +2. Or what is it? Or give 1 minion 5/5, right? I don't think it's very good in Arena. Because on turn 7, you don't really want 7 1/1s, do you? Yeah. I think it's average. I think it's average. 4? Yeah, 5/5 and taunt, yeah. I mean, because I think the 7 mana card we already see from the anything can happen, right? Isn't that kind of the same thing? Am I thinking the right one? Like the shaman card, right? And that's still pretty situational, especially even with like shamans can summon totems and it still feels kind of situational. So I don't think the 7 1/1s is as good because you don't have as much synergy in Druid. Like this kind of card is kind of insane on Paladin because the whole game plan of Paladin is to flood the board, buff the board, right? Your 1/1 suddenly just kills your opponent. Over time, I actually literally lost to that yesterday. A 1/1 Grimscale Oracle got Seal of Champions into Argent Protectored, into Kings. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, Druid doesn't have the same set of cards, so I think it is weaker. Thistle Tea. Draw a card. Add 2 extra copies of it to your hand. 6 mana, draw 3. No, I don't like it. I think it's too slow. I think it's pretty bad. I would say like it's really good in a top decking situation, and that's it. So I would say below average. I don't think it can be unplayable, right? Because yeah, it still does something. But I would say 5. I don't think it's average because paying 6 mana, like this is legit. The only time it's good is when you are playing it like against an opponent and you guys are both top decking. That's the only situation where you're like, oh my god, right? But other than that, I would say it's below average. It's probably like mostly terrible, but because it has draw component, below average. 5.5. Deathwing Dragon Lord, Death Rattle. Put all dragons from your hand into the battlefield. I mean, sure, it's still a 10-minute 12/12. It's good. It's like over. It's for stat. Like the stats are better than what the mana cost is, so I'd say it's great. But I don't think you're gonna have that many dragons, unless they're adding a lot of dragons. I don't know yet. So I would say it's great. 2. 2 because of the stats, and 12/12 is really relevant because it can't be ignored. Embrace the Shadow. This turn, your healing effects deal damage instead. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. It's not gonna be that crazy in Arena because, like, you still don't really want to draft Flash Heal. But, is this even good in Arena? I mean, you can play this with Circle of Healing. I think it's actually 5. I think it's below average because, like, how many combo cards can you do, right? It's like, again, I keep pointing out, like, situationally amazing cards are not amazing in Arena. You want cards that are solid, on curve, with a high effect, right? I think it's too situational to be good. Because you want to say, like, oh, this is insane. And it is. Like, in Constructed, I think it's going to be insane. But we're not Constructed players. We're Arena players. We don't really want to take that Flash Heal. You want to take that Flash Heal? Like, no. Light of the Naru, yeah, it's not bad, but it's not like an auto-pick card. A lot of the cards that you'd be offered that this would be insane with, it's just too much. I mean, it's gonna be cute. Like, you play this after, like, before you trade off your corrupted Healbot or something, and you do 8 damage to their face. Oh, man! But, again, it's just, it requires that combo aspect, which I don't really think is good. I would say 5. Alright, Servant of... Oh, yeah, I saw this already. Oh, no, I didn't. Servant of Yaxaran, 5 mana, 5/4, cast a random spell that costs 5 or less, targets chosen randomly. I think I heard that Trump did the math on this, and it's good most of the time. So, sure, it's good most of the time, so it's good. Oh man, I don't really like that it's good most of the time though, because it can target itself. Like I would not personally pick this probably, because in Arena you don't really want that chance to lose the game either, you know. I would say like 3 to 4. No, I would say personally 4, right? It's kind of like how people refuse to play Spellslinger in certain situations. This is kind of that situation. It's like stated fine, 5/4. I mean, Spellslinger 3/4 for 3 is much better than 5 mana 5/4. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. This just gives me a headache looking at it. So I would say it's average. I don't know. I just like anyone who's an infinite player, 1 loss is a much bigger deal than 1 win, right? If you're averaging even 6 or more, I'm barely averaging 6 or more right now, but yeah, like if you're averaging 6 or more, you're winning at least twice for every loss. So cards like this that could literally lose you the game, I really try to avoid, because that loss isn't worth the risk of something good happening, if that makes sense at all. So for that reason, I would say average to below average. This is kind of like that MC Tech kind of card. It's gonna reward players that are behind randomly in a big way, and it's gonna suck, but whatever. Faceless. Oh yeah, this is insane. I don't know what they were thinking of this. This pisses me off. This goes back to like that Paladin card that I just went off of that. This is a 1. This is like a flying 1, and I don't see it. Like, it's a 6 mana 5/5 that summons a random 3-cost minion. And I was thinking about all the 3-cost minions. Like, there's not that many bad ones. There's not that many bad ones. It's like tier 0. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, how pissed are you gonna be when the mage plays this, and they get an like, oh yeah, Arcane Golem got nerfed. So I was gonna say Arcane Golem, right? A 4/2 charge at your face. Can I summon Hopper? I wonder. I'm not sure how it works, but like, you know, they play a Wolf Rider instead, or they get a Frothing Berserker, or they get an injured Blade Master. Yeah, I mean, the bad situation, and even in like a favorable situation, like the worst case, it's gonna be like a 5/5 and like a 2/2, right? I think 2/2 is as low as it goes for stats. Am I wrong? Maybe like 1/4 stat lines. So Mukla, yeah, Mukla's gonna be insane. And the reason why this pisses me off is because mages don't need this. Mages, you can give mages the good spells, right? I understand they're mage, like mage magic. Yes, I get it. They cast shit and things explode. Yay, right? You can't give them the ability to kill everything and then still give them OP freaking minions. Like, they already have OP freaking minions. They already have Water Elemental and Mana Worm, right? And Snow Chugger. Like, holy crap! Why are we giving them another, like, top tier card? That just blows my mind. Why? This is a common! It's a common! Oh my gosh. And Ethereal Conjurer, like, the worst part is this is gonna get played, you're gonna have to deal with it, and then you're still gonna get flame struck, and you're still gonna lose. Like, this is a disgusting card. It actually disgusts me. I really wish they didn't introduce this for mage. I think you give this to, like, a warrior, or like a, I don't know, a shaman, a priest, and you're like, yeah, cool, this is great. We have this OP play on this turn. That's great. No, this is just gonna, oh my gosh. Man, this should have been an epic. And I would still be mad. Alright. Shadowcaster. Idwakta said it's not very good. What do you say? Oh, Mike denies here. Mages get a 4 and a 6 at common too, though. Get a 4 and a 6 at common too, though. What do you mean? I just, I feel like I understand 6 equals terrible and 4 is average. Oh! Oh, yeah, but we're talking about a common. And the quality of the mage cards right now in Arena is already insane. So yeah, sure, they're getting weak cards or whatever. I mean, this is a 1. I thought he meant like 4 drop and a 6 drop. I was confused. But yeah. I'd say this is... I don't like this card for Arena, but I still think it's playable. And Faceless Summoner is just kind of crazy, right? Like, it's actually crazy. And... well, once again, I said this to Ben Brode. I understand you guys don't balance around Arena. You have to think about the bigger picture, which is like most people play Constructed, and I totally understand that. But it would just be really nice if you could just like change the rarities. Like it doesn't really change too much, right? Just the rarities at least, because when you introduce cards that are just so overwhelmingly powerful in Arena as a common, it just kind of breaks the balance of the game, in my opinion. Idwakta's perspective on it is that if you have a 5 to 6 drop and the mage plays this new card, you can eat the 3 drop and then your minion still trades evenly with a 5/5. Yeah, but then you have to be winning on the board against a mage. If you're behind on a mage, like versus a mage, you're screwed, right? Like, and it could be anything. Like that's kind of arguing for like Silverhand Knight. Like Silverhand Knight isn't that good because you could still have like you could trade it into like a 5/5 into the 2/2 first, and then the 4/4 gets eaten by the 5/3. Does that mean Silverhand Knight's a bad card? Like, I just don't think that's a good argument for it. Yes, situationally, this card is going to get beat by other cards, but we're talking about the average scenario, right? And we're talking about like the average impact of the game, and that's what you should be looking at. Not like, oh, well, this will be dealt with by this and X, Y, and Z, because you don't know. You don't know that. Anyway, next card. Shadowcaster. Choose a friendly minion, add a 1/1 copy to your hand that costs 1. That's cute. Choose a friendly minion, add a 1/1 copy to your hand that costs 1. So you just are getting a Death Rattle or a Battle Cry. I mean, it's gonna be insane with like Bomb Lobber and like Kraken. Oh my god. 1 mana, 1/1, deal 4 damage. Oh. But it's so situational. I think even so, with rogue cards, like the way that rogue cards are, like you can still play Defias Ringleader, SI Agent, even like the one what like you make an Elven Archer pretty much, right? Like it's combo card. What is it called? Undercity Valiant, Buccaneers playable with it. Um, you can do like the Death Rattle Eater, the Raptor. I think it's still good. Seems like it's still good. I think it's good 3. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's better than average. With Rag, yeah, of course, but no. Um, Imagine this with Edwin, although we're arena players. You do still see Edwin because the Jewel Scarab. Yeah, well, if Kraken sticks for one turn, you're already ahead. Yeah, of course. I was thinking more of the rogue cards, more than that. I was just thinking what the best scenario is. Like, even Bomb Lobber is a rare, right? So you're not going to get that combo off that very often. But when you do, it's going to be high impact. And I do think rogues have enough of those, like, battle cries. Like, you would play... If you play this with an SI agent, you're really happy. If you play it with, like, a Defias Ringleader, you're still pretty happy, right? I feel like in most scenarios, you're still pretty happy. Okay. Demented Frostcaller. After you cast a spell, freeze a random enemy. I think it's gonna be better than people think. Like it's it's a 4-mana 2/4. It's just gonna be annoying as fuck. Ugh. Yeah, it's probably bad though. After you cast a spell, freeze a random enemy. Yeah, I think it's just started too low. It's gonna be so annoying though. Good lord, I'm gonna be annoyed. But yeah, probably 5. 5, 6. It doesn't freeze the same character? Oh, it doesn't? It's a little bit better than them. I think 5 though. 4.5. Why would you take that over Water Elemental? Why would you take anything over a Water Elemental? I think like, would you take Shredder or Water Elemental in Arena? I think they're like pretty similar tier-wise, right? Like think about it. Water Elemental's crazy. So is Shredder, but I think it's like it gives Piloted Shredder a run for his money. Alright, Priest card. Shifting Shade. Copy a card from your opponent's deck and add it to your hand. 4/3, draw an opponent's card. I think it's good. You can kind of compare the stats to Kazan Mystic. It's playable, right? I think it's quite good. I would say it's 2.5 because you don't know what kind of card you're gonna get, but it's a 4/3 that draws a card. It's like better than Loot Hoarder actually, so no. I would say 2. I'd say great. 2. Yeah, because I think if I say the Polluted Loot Hoarder or Corrupted Loot, whatever it's called, the 4-mana 4/2 draw a card Death Rattle is good or great, whatever I said. This has to be great. So great. Shifter Zeris. Each hand turn this into your... Yeah, it's a legendary. You're not going to see it much, but I think it's quite good because you're just going to play it whenever it's good. And in Arena, you just want options. So I think it's insane. Probably 1. And Princess Huhuran. Trigger a friendly minion's Death Rattle effect. Does it stay at 1 mana? No, I don't think so. Princess Huhuran. Trigger a friendly minion's Death Rattle effect. I mean, it has that Infest card, right? So you can play it with Infest. But even, like, it's a 5-mana 6/5, so the stats are already better than average. So it's already good. I would say it's 2.5 because I don't think it's still a little bit too situational, like the effect, but it still has an effect. So I would say 2. I would give it like bump it up from a 3 to a 2.5, right? Like I would say a 5-mana 6/5 beast by itself is 3, and then with the battle cry, it's 2 situational, so 2.5. Fair? Because it's trigger, right? That means it does kill it, right? Stats alone make it a 2? Really? I think if it were a 5/6, it would be 2. Oh, it doesn't kill it. Oh, then that's probably a 2. Okay, I was wrong. I'm wrong. So, yeah, if it's like Feign Death, then I guess it is a 2. Maybe even a 1.5. I think a 5 and a 6/5. Maybe you're right though, because you know the meta is going to change, and like the way you value stats is going to change as we see the rest of these cards, because like maybe the 6 attack is better now. Like you know how right now a 5/6 is really strong in arena. Like on turn 5, Pit Fighter is ridiculously strong because it eats the 4/5, right, and it eats 5/5s as well, which is quite common. So that's why it's so powerful. But maybe as things shift to 4/6, 3/6, 2/6 even, you know, 2/5, 3/5, this is gonna be maybe better. So I'm not sure about that. That's just like it changes, right? Like Lord of the Arena got better recently too. 4/6, 4/5 is common. That this counters that. Yeah, that is true. Like once again, that is true. So yeah, I guess you could say it's great. I'm not sure. It really depends on what the stat lines evolve into. Because at the beginning of Hearthstone, it used to be like 3/2s were really powerful for 2 drops, and now it's like 2/3s are arguably more powerful in 2 drops, right? Wouldn't you guys agree? On turn 2, you would rather play a 2/3 than a 3/2 most of the time against their 2 drop, because it eats 2/1s, 2/2s, shielded mini bots, blah blah blah. Okay. Anyway, Twilight Flamecaller. Oh. So this is kind of similar to the Warrior card, and I think it's quite good. I think it's just a 3-mana. It's like a 2-mana. No, it's like an Arcane Explosion and a 1-mana 2/2 kind of paired together, which is crazy. And I think it's great. I think the stats make it more reasonable, and it is a little bit situational because Arcane Explosion is situational. It's a card that I personally have always liked in Arena, just because you do need that clear sometimes. I would say it's great. I would say it's 2. Oh, once again, I don't think mages need this, but yeah. Dark Arakoa Taunt. Battlecry, give you it's not Arena. Cho'Gall. Warlock card. The next spell you cast this turn costs health instead of mana. Well, you can only play up to 3 mana. So you can play this with like a Shadow Bolt. Like how many spells are there, right? Like stat-wise, it's already good. Or like fine. Is that really good? You know what I mean? Oh wait, you can play anything though, right? You can play anything. Because it doesn't matter. You don't need the mana to play it. Okay, I understand. Oh, I skipped this card because Cthulhu cards don't apply in Arena. Yeah, I understand it costs health, but you can. It doesn't matter. Like, okay, I understand. So you can play anything. You play like a Siphon Soul. How many Warlock cards are you gonna play though? How many Warlock spells do you play? Yeah, I mean I think it's pretty insane. I'm thinking Implosion, Shadow Flame. You can Shadow Flame itself. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wait. Why are people saying Pyroblast? Is this not a Warlock card? It's a Warlock card, right? It's a Warlock card. Okay, anyway. Yeah. I would say it's great. Maybe amazing. Amazing, maybe. 1.51. Yeah, it's quite good. Forlorn Stalker. Give all Death Rattle minions in your hand +1/+1. That's great. What? That's so good. I mean, it's a 3-mana 4/2, so stat-wise it's already good, right? Like sometimes, I mean, they nerf BGH, but sometimes you play a 3-mana BGH on the board, right? So this is fine. I would say it's great. 2 for Arena. I don't see how you guys could say it's a 3. Like it's like even if it buffs 1 minion, I think that's already pretty insane. And the stats are already fine. I'd say 4/2 is average. Yeah, it's average, but the Death Rattle, like, even if it buffs one thing, it's gonna be insane, right? So 7/6 Savannah dies to BDH unplayable. The Epic, yeah. I mean, this is only a rare. I would say it's great. Twilight Summoner. Destroy a... Wait, summon a 5/5 Faceless Destroyer. What's... Oh, that's just what it is. 4 mana 1/1. I think this is really good. It's a little slow, but I mean, it's still 6/6 worth of stats. I don't like it's slow in a way that still like you can proc it. Like yeah, it might get silenced sometimes, but they do have to. I mean, think of yeah. I think it's actually quite good. I would say it's good. 3, maybe even 2. I really do think it's quite good. 2.5. Aberrant Berserker, 3/5 Enrage plus 2 attack. 5/4. Yeah, I like this card. I like 3/5s, although it seems like it's getting worse and worse stat wise. I think I should be valuing 5/4s more in this meta than I do. But I think 3/5 stat line's quite good, and this does need to be dealt with, so I would say this is great. But once again, we have to see what the stats turn into. If everyone is playing 5/4s instead of 3/5s, this is going to be a lot weaker. Addled Grizzly, after you summon a minion, give it a +1/+1. Oh. 3 mana 2/2. So it's like Shattered Sun, but after the fact. So here's a question for you guys. This isn't. It's not like Hobgoblin where it says like whenever you play a 1 cost or one attack minion, right? So this is summoned. So does it work with spectral spiders like the Haunted Creeper? So if I play Haunted Creeper and like I have a Haunted Creeper on the board, and then I play Addled Grizzly, and then I trade off my creepers, does that turn into a 2/2/2/2, or no? It should, right? Summon. Okay, if that's how it works, if that's how it works, I think it's a lot better than people think it will be. So I would say it's actually great. I think it's great because it works with like all death rattles, all battle cries, right? Because yeah, you're gonna be playing like you play a lot of minions that summon a second thing, and I think that's pretty crazy. So yeah, I think it's quite good. I'd say great. Light in the darkness. Discover a minion. Oh man. 1. This is a paladin card, right? It's a paladin card, which means it has a higher chance to give you a paladin card, which means oh, it's really strong. I know it's not the same as Unstable Portal, but it's actually like better, right? Because not only are you giving it +1/+1, but you're choosing between 3. Portal makes it cost 3 less, which is really strong. But at least with this, you get the choice. It is worse than a Raven Idol for sure, but it's still ridiculously strong. I think this is insane. I would say it's 1. I understand that it costs more mana to get out, but it's still you're picking a premium card, and when you already have like I think it is going to be insane though. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'll eat my words, but this card, like I feel like Discover is ridiculously strong because in Arena, because you get to pick according to the situation and also with your cards. So it gives you more consistency, right? So whenever you can discover things, you just have so much more control, because we've all lost games that you just curve out poorly or something, right? And like the reason why Raven Idol is really good is because sometimes, oh, on turn 1 I have like, oh man, I have like a 4-drop and a 6-drop and an 8-drop, but I pulled my Raven Idol, and now I can find a 2 or a 3-drop to play, and I'm gonna pass that like Deathwing and go for that 2 or 3 and make my hand better. So I think stuff like that is really, really powerful. So yeah, it is. I understand that it costs 2, but I still think it's pretty nuts. I really would say maybe it's a 1.5, but I think it's at least great. Like I think it's at least as good as Raven Idol, which is an insane card, and I just don't think Paladins need it. nor am I going to be very happy to see this ever. God damn it. All right, Amgam Rager. That's cute. That is a cute card. It still sucks, but it's cute. Yeah, still unplayable. I think we ran a sub tournament a while ago, and um the rules were you had to pick you had to create a deck with the worst cards possible, and you have to trade that list with your opponent. So basically, you create your opponent's deck, they create your deck, and then you have to face each other. And you know what the most popular stat line was? The 3 mana 1/4. Because it's absolute shit. Like it doesn't do anything. Like the one attack is almost always useless. Because like, oh, think about it. It's so good against muster for battle, right? Right? Like no. The reason why it's not is because generally you have muster for battle and then you have buff cards behind it and you have other minions behind it. So the 1/1s don't have to be eaten by the 1/5. And honestly, even if that were the case, the 1/1s would just go face and ignore the 1/5. So this card sucks. It's actually just 5 or 6. It's bad. It's not a paladin dude killer though, because they once again they're gonna have other stuff that can just eat your thing. Even if it eats one of the 1/1s on their turn 4, they're probably gonna play something with 3 or 4 attack, right, at least, and it's gonna finish it off. So it's just bad. Okay, mage legendary, deal 8 damage to all minions. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, you're not really playing for the board as mage. And it really depends on what kind of deck you have, but stat-wise, it's an 8/6, right? 8/6, which is still good. Has to be dealt with. Once it's dealt with, they get the board. I think it's great. I don't think it's a 1 though, you know? I think it's a 2. Probably like a 2.5 in arena. Yeah, I would say like a 2.5 in arena. I think you still pick it. It's gonna be better than a lot of other cards, but yeah. It's a legendary, so who cares? Bilefin Tidehunter. Summon a 1/1 ooze with taunt. Yeah, what? This is great. I think people already undervalue Murloc Tidehunter, so I think this is great. Like I've always liked Murloc Tidehunter, and the reason why it's a little bit weaker in arena, especially now, is because one, Flame Juggler is OP as fuck, and so is Mad Bomber. But also like the top classes have a ping, right? Like Mage and Rogue. Actually, Rogue. This is just a useless card versus Rogue. Honestly, it's actually useless because they just hero power, and over 2 turns they clean it up for like what? They take 1 damage and they take 4. They take 5 damage to kill that, right, for their hero power, and it's absurd. But I still think it's a good card. I think it's probably 2.5 because the taunt is more relevant than people think, and it's not strictly a worse Defias Yayan because well, 1, Defias is a rogue card, like it's a class card. This is a neutral, and 2, this isn't a combo; it's a battle cry. But yeah, I think this is better than people will think. I think it's a 2.5. I also like Murloc Tidehunter, so I'm a little biased. But yeah, I think the taunt, like, if you guys think about Obsidian Destroyer, why it's so good, that 1/1 taunt really makes a world of difference, more than people think. Anyway, Blackwater Pirate, your weapons cost 2 less. Does this count for Rogue hero power? Anyone know? If not, then, yeah. I don't think you want to play this card. Like, it's not bad. The stats are a little bit below average. Okay, it doesn't work with Rogue hero power. It's probably pretty bad then. It's probably below average. 5? If you have a lot of weapons, you could go for it, but like, I still probably would rather have a Yeti. Yeah. Bladed Cultist. Combo game +1. Oh, wow. Why? Why? This is so good! What? Oh my god. This is insane! This is a 1. This is a 1. Oh my god. Coin Cultist. Coin Pitsnake Cultist. Oh man, Rogues did not need this as a common in arena. Yeah, okay. Cool. Blade of Cthulhu as Cthulhu. Cthulhu cards are in area. Bloodhoof Brave. 2/6 enrage plus 3 attack. Yeah, I think it's actually better than people will think. I think it's good. I think it's good. Probably 2.5 even. I'd say it's a little bit better than good. Because the enrage is actually quite relevant, and the 6 health is actually kind of hard to deal with. So I'd say 2.5. Bloodsail Cultist. If you control a pirate, give your weapon +1/+1. What? That's insane. Wow, that's insane. That's amazing. Because it's a 3-mana 3/4, and you're probably not going to play pirates, but like it has an upside. So I guess it wouldn't be insane then. But like if you have a pirate, it's insane. If you have pirates in arena, go for it. 2? Yeah, I say 2. Great, right? Anything a 3/4, unless something has changed. 3/4 on 3 stats is just already really strong. And then when you have any other like upside, you can just kind of bump that up a little bit. So 2.5. Blood to Ichor. Deal 1 damage to a minion. If it survives, summon a 2/2 slime. Oh, that's cute. I like this card. They gave it a ping. Even a 1-mana deal 1 damage is usually fine, so sometimes you're going to need it to just deal 1 damage, and other times you're going to use it first and then trade, and you're going to get that 2/2. This is actually insane. I would say it's amazing. 1. Bog Creeper. Is that a... Wait, was that a common? No, it's a rare. Okay. Bog Creeper. Taunt 6/8. Wow. Good. Great. I would say great. 2. Because it's a 6/8 taunt, which the stats are irrelevant, right? Like this 6 damage tends to be enough, and 8 health is a lot. So great in arena. Oh, 1.5, yeah, maybe. It still falls into that notion of like it's a slow card, but the good thing is it's a taunt, which is why I'm saying it's great. But I still have trouble like going all in on cards that are bigger, just because there's so much removal. And big creatures tend to not be able to attack. Maybe that will change, right? Because they're introducing all these cards, and it's going to dilute a lot of the removal. So maybe taunts will be better. You know, like big creatures will be better. You're going to see less Keeper of Elements. You're going to see less Polymorphs. You're going to see less Saps and Assassinates, right? So maybe with that happening, this will become an amazing card. It's hard for me to say right now because I don't know the meta yet. But sure, it's definitely a good card. Oh, Carry On Grub. 2/5. Oh. Okay. It's good. Right? I'm seeing a lot of 3/4s, so this is fine against the 3/4 stat lines. This is just like the Druid card, right? Druid of the Flame. It's good. 3. I think it's better than average. Actually, what do I? Average is like... What is average? Average is not 2/4, is it? 2/4 is too weak. 3/3 is average. 3/4 is good. 2/5 is good, right? I guess 3.5. It is a beast. It's good with Houndmaster, but again, this is the combo cards. So it's a beast that's like a slight upside. It's a 2/5. Maybe it's actually just average. I think a 4. I think 4. Yeah. Corrupted Seer. Deal 2 damage to all non-Murloc minions. What? 6 mana, 2 damage AoE. 6 mana, 2 damage AoE. 6 mana, 2 damage AoE. It's almost like a Hellfire, but worse. It's like a Demon Wrath. It's like a Demon Wrath for 6 mana. I don't think it's very good. No, it's not a Blizzard because it hits your own minions too. It's not a Consecrate though, right, Mike? Because it hits your minions too. If I'm understanding correctly, so it's actually a bit worse than Consecrate. Quite a bit worse. If Consecrate hit like Paladin minions too, that would be balanced. But this since it hits your own minions, I think it's kind of hard to play. I don't think it's very good. I would say probably pretty bad. Maybe like average 4? Yeah. I don't like it. Praised Worshipper. Oops. Taunt. Whenever this minion takes damage, give you... Cthulhu. Gain +1 health for each enemy minion. I like this card. Worst case, 3/3. Best case, 3/10. Yeah. It's a taunt. That's quite good. It's really good. I would say it's great. 2. Darkshire Alchemist. Restore 5 health. Oh. That's good. That's great. I think this is great. This kind of makes that other card a lot better, right? The shadow card that I was talking about, like the turn your healing spells into damage for 1 turn. If there's more cards like this, then that card gets better too. Like I said, I didn't know what they introduced. So this is quite good. This is, I would say, great. It's a 2 for me. Darkshire Councilman. After you summon a minion, gain +1 attack. Man, it's always the summon, huh? This into Imp, like, oh my gosh. This feels like it's gonna be crazy. Because you have it with, you have Implosion after it, right? Because summon a minion is not play a minion. So I think it's actually kind of insane. I think it's better than people think. I think it's 3 or 2. Implosion. What am I saying? You said 3 mana 2/5 is good to average. Right, but this has an upside, like a pretty big upside. And the reason why the 3 mana 2/5 is bad is because it gets eaten over time, right? Like, I didn't say it was that. I didn't say it was bad. I said the 3 mana 2/5 was average. Yeah, so this is a little bit worse, but it has a bigger upside. It doesn't work if a minion summons it, so it does. I thought we just talked about this. Oh, Implosion is gone. No, this is for Arena. We're talking Arena. What? Arena. This is Arena. I'm an Arena player. Hello. And wait, I thought it says summon. This works with Implosion. I'm pretty sure this works with Implosion. It's better than people think is the new can't be bad. Oh god. It's not as good as Imp Gang Boss. Imp Gang Boss is amazing though, right? That's amazing. This is not amazing. This is great. So yeah. Implosion is a rare, but it's still a playable card. And Warlocks tend to flood. Like, you can play it with Imp Gang Boss, and when it attacks, it gains... I think it's better. And it does need to be dealt with. So I'm going to say it's great. I'm going to actually say it's it's like only a little bit situational, right? So like 2.5 to... I really want to say great. I'm going to say great. Arena is standard now too? No, it's not. That'd be great though. Darkshire Librarian. Battlecry. Discard a random card. Death rattle. Draw a card. Oh. That's fine. I mean, I don't think it's great, but it's fine. Average. I'm gonna say average, because, like, you don't really want to discard cards. Yeah. Right? Just average is fine. Because it can actually get silenced, too. I'd still say average. I guess a little below average. No, but you can still play it. Like, you don't really care as much. It's not good. Dark Speaker, swap stats with a friendly minion. Oh my gosh. So, you do this with an Annoyatron, and you're like, what? Oh, that's really fun. Yeah, with power overwhelming and buff cards like that, it's gonna be crazy, but yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, applicable scenarios is a thing. This is, like, kind of hard to think about. So basically, Battlecry, you target one of your friendly minions. You can make a charger deal 3. That's not that exciting. You're swapping stats. Like, using this with, like, an Annoyatron or, like, a Sunwalker that's dying or something. Like, it just seems fun. It doesn't seem insane. Like, doing it with, like, a Frothing. I don't know. It doesn't seem that good. Do it with a Floating Watcher. I don't really get it too much yet. Like, yeah, you swap stats with a Flamewaker. It's just too slow. I feel like it's average or below average, is it not? Like, yeah, you switch it with an Acolyte of Pain, oh my gosh! But the thing is, like, it's still just a 5 and a 3/6. I don't think it's very good. Like, if you do it with Acolyte, that means you've had to play an Acolyte and then you play it, right? Like, it's just so situational. I don't like situational cards in Arena. And the situation isn't even that awesome. So, doesn't seem very good. Oh, you can use it and you trade up. So it's basically like a 3/6 charger with an upside of whatever is, yeah. I mean, it'll be kind of cute with like a heal stream totem. Like it'll be kind of cute on like shaman, I feel. But yeah, yeah, Mike, that's what I'm trying to think of like applicable situations. I still think it's just average. Maybe I'm gonna be wrong, but it doesn't. It feels like it's like you gotta like try to make it work. I don't know. Disciple, no. Divine Strength, give a minion +1/+2. I hate you guys so much, man. Why? It's really good. How is this not good? It's think about like Mark of the Wild, right? Like yeah, it's a taunt, but +2/+2 for 2. On Paladin, this is insane. Why? I think it's gonna be 1. I really do think it's gonna be 1. They play a mini bot and then they play this on it and it's a 3/4. Oh gosh. God, it gives me a headache. Go back to the Cthulhu card. Cthulhu cards are in Arena. Sorry. Anyway, I think it's really strong. I think it's a 1. Like this in any class is gonna be really strong, right? Like especially health is a lot more relevant than attack. Health is way more relevant than attack in most cases, which is why stuff like Blessing of Might is rather weak. But something with health buffs, it just gives you the free trades, and that's where the power kind of strikes. I think it's really strong. Doom Call, now Cthulhu. Dusk Boar. Oh, well, oh, okay. Unplayable. It's unplayable. It's a 1 health minion with 4 attack. So you're gonna be sad most of the time. Unless you're a paladin and you play the Steward of Darkshire. So 5/6. 5/6. Eldritch Horror. Whoa. So it's just like +1/+1 on Captured Euromonger. +1/+1/+1 everywhere, right? Because it's a 5, 9, 7, and this is 8, 6, 10. So, yeah, it's good. I think it's just good, though. Maybe it's great. Maybe it's a 2. 2.5. I don't think it's great. 2.5. 2.5. Maybe I'm wrong because, once again, like I said, maybe removal will be so diluted that, that cards like this will stick a lot more. Yeah. And if that's the case, then this will be great. But I think for now, I'll say 2.5. Eternal Sentinel. Unlock your overloaded mana crystals. Wow, it's great. It's a 2-mana 3/2, which is already good. And then you add a battle cry, and it's great, right? Great card. Evolve. Transform your minions into random minions that cost 1 more. On the board? In your hand? All of them? On the board, in your hand, in the deck, or what? Wait, what are they thinking? This is insane. On the board? This is insane. This is crazy. Okay, that's a 1. Holy shit. That's actually nuts. Like, your totems are going to become two attack creatures. Or, sorry, 2 cost creatures. Okay, that seems insane. Turn all your totems into doomsayers. Explosive sheep. Oh my gosh. Evolve Kobold. Spell damage. What? Oh, +2. I was like, wait, why is this just a shittier kobold? Snowbolt. It's 2 spell damage. I think it's bad. Unplayable. Because, like, I don't think you're gonna get enough spells to really make use of this, so it's probably just a 6. Alright, Faceless Behemoth. I don't think cards like this are that good because it's just too slow. I would say it's average. 4. Use all your mana crystals, you put a 10/10 on the board. Like, oh, am I saying it wrong? Behemoth? Behemoth, sure. Faceless butthead. How about that? Fandral Staghelm. Your choose one cards have both. Wow! Whoa! Whoa! Holy shit! I mean, it's not gonna be that crazy, but when it works, it's gonna be crazy, right? Like, oh my god, that was Raven Idol? Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's probably still just great. Probably just still a 2. I don't think it's a 1 because it's too situational and it's statted fine, right? It's like decent stats, but it's not great stats. If it were like a 4-mana 4/5 and it had that, that'd be nuts. But yeah, as a 3/5, like, you do have to have the second part to it, and it's a legendary. I think it's just 2 for me. Throw Rage. Choose one. Give your hero +4 attack this turn or gain 8 armor. So it's like heal 8. Wait, what's this? It's not my cup. Heal 8, so it's healing touch or, well, it's healing touch for just yourself. Or 4 attack. 3 mana heroic strike. No, it's not very good, is it? Seems bad. I guess it's like an oh shit heal when you need it. And it still has some use if you don't need healing in the game. So I guess for that reason it's good. I think it's probably better than average because it does give you the like option of it. And sometimes you really just do need a healing touch, right? But like you don't want to draft the healing touch, you know what I mean? And it does like, it's like a little bit worse than Heroic Strike, but we're also like a druid, so you can compare this to Bite a little bit. So yeah, I would say 3. 3 to 3.5. Fiery Bat. Fury Bat Fiery. I think it's Fiery. Fiery Bat. Death Rattle. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Yes, it's great. It's insane. I think this is a probably a 2. Probably a 2. Maybe a 1.5 even. It's really strong. Oh, that's cute. Is this Firebat's card? That's really cute. That's actually really awesome. Congrats, Firebat. Flame Wreath Faceless. Wow. Wow, they're really doing a number on Shaman and Arena, huh? Wow. Yeah. Yes, you play this. What? This is insane. 1. Forbidden Ancient. Wait, was that a common? Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. Shaman's gonna be fucking nuts. Holy shit. That's like the 4th Shaman card that I've been like, wow. Okay, Forbidden Ancient. Battle cry. Spend all your mana. Gain +1/+1 for each mana spent. Wow. That's really good. So, like, wow. That's all I can say is wow. It's just very efficient. And for Arena, you want efficiency. So I'm going to say 1. Or maybe 2. Let's say 2. Maybe 1.5. 1.5. Because I don't think it's that crazy since, like, it is statted, like, when you play it on turn 1, it's just going to be a 1/1. When you play it on turn... Oh, sorry. Wait. Yeah, on turn 1, it's just a 1/1. On turn 4, it's a 4/4. Wait, that's not that good. It's not that good. It's maybe a little bit worse than I thought then. Right? Because it is a... yeah. Maybe it's a 3. 3. Because now that I thought about it, like, on turn 2, if you play it, it's still going to be a 2/2. Turn 1, it's a 2/2. But you've already spent the 1 mana for it, I thought. Okay, you guys are wrong. Then I'm right. Okay, cool. It's yeah, so it's 3. Cool. Good talk. Forbidden Ritual. Spend all your mana, summon that many 1/1 tentacles. It's crazy. This is nuts. This is a 1. But it's an epic. Because, like, once again, Warlock efficiency. Grotesque Dragonhawk. It's bad. This is just like a Windfear Harpy that costs 1 more. Like, it's just overstated. I don't like it. 5. Oh, it's a token, okay. Hooded Acolyte. Whenever a character is healed, give your Cthulhu Icky Tentacle. Created by Forbidden Ritual. Okay, yeah, so it's a token. Infested Wolf, Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1 spiders. So it's 5/5 for 3. Yeah, this is quite good. I think it's just kind of like the Death Rattles that you kind of want, right? So especially with all the Death Rattle synergy that Hunters are having, it'll be pretty interesting to see. I think it's a good card. I don't think it's great, but I think it's good. It's gonna be annoying. It's kind of like a Shredder. Maybe a little bit better than Shredder. Yeah, I think it's just good though. I don't think it's better than good. Journey Below, discover death. I'm salty. This is really good. This is 1. This is a 1. Ah, it's a rogue card. Okay, Malkarak. Battlecry, equip a random weapon. This is 7 mana, 6/5. God, you're so sad outside of Curse Blade. But it's probably gonna be good, so it's good. It's a great card too. I don't think it's insane. Many Wisps summon. Okay, this is a Wisp of the Old God card. This is a token card. Midnight Drake. Gain +1 attack for each other card in your hand. Oh. I think in Arena this is probably a 5. Because the health seems to be less relevant the health seems to be more relevant than the attack. And even if you have like 7 cards in your hand, a 7/4 is not nearly as exciting, right? So I would say it's 5. Did I say 5 originally? Yeah, but it's below average. Nat the Dark Fisher. At the start of your opponent's turn, they have a 50% chance to draw an extra card. The start of your opponent's turn. I don't really like this card. I think it's fine. Like, you could play this. And just hope you win rolls. It's probably like 4 to 5 though. Like, if this is like a 2/4 or 3/4, then you could kind of justify it. But in Arena, I think the 2/4 is a bit too weak because it's only relevant on turn 2, right? And then after that, you like don't even want to play it. So probably 5 or 6 even. Next card. Nerubian Prophet. At the start of your turn, reduce this card's cost by 1. Okay. So you draw on turn 1. Start your turn, it's 5. 5. If it's in your mulligan, 5, 4, 3. So the best you can play is a turn 3, 4, 4. The problem is, like, I'm trying to think about. I'm sorry, I'm not talking, but I'm just trying to think, like, do I want a dead card that's gonna be like, you know, it's kind of a dead card for a while, right? Like when you draw it, you don't want to top deck this. This is kind of just something that's gonna sit in your hand. Like at best, the best possible outcome is you play this on turn 3 as a 4/4. That's pretty good, but it's not that exciting, is it? So, otherwise, I don't like it. I want to say it's average. I would say average because I don't think it's terrible, but I don't think it's great. It's just a little bit situational, but not so situational that it's unplayable. 5 mana, you would be willing to play it, absolutely. But then once again, it's that is a downside, and you don't really want downsides in Arena, right? So A 1 mana 4/4 on turn 5 would also be good. Yeah, of course, but once again, that card has taken someone else's slot. On turn 6, it's a 0 mana 4/4, but that means you haven't played it in the other, like, very many turns, right? And usually, I don't know. I don't like it. I would say, Master of Evolution makes this really good. Yeah, I mean, you can say that things combo well with other cards, but we're looking at the card by itself. And if we're rating it by itself, I would say it's just too situationally good, right? Like, once again, I'm using the questing adventure argument over and over, but, you know, let's say we use questing adventure, and it's a card that I feel like most people have lost to at least once, and it, like, do you auto pick questing adventure just because you have lost to it? Like, it can give you an insane value, but more or less it usually is dealt with, and it's not a great card, right? So for that reason, I would say average 4. Okay, On the Hunt. God, I'm tired. Deal 1 damage, summon a 1/1 Mastiff. A 1/1 Mastiff, I think we saw the token earlier. It's just a 1/1, right? So I think this is good. This is like a spell, Elven Archer. An Elven Archer spell with a beast instead. So I think it's good. I would say it's good and not great or amazing because, like, yeah, I would say it's good because Elven Archer I would say is average. And if Elven Archer is average, then this is good because it also is a beast, which gives you some sort of synergies. So, yeah. Also, it's giving it to a non-ping class, which is a little bit better. Ooze, a 1/1 taunt. Oh, Bilefin Tidehunter, right, okay. Pireward Tentacles. Give a minion, oh wow. +2, +6, wow. It's a bit slow, but it's really powerful. So I would still say it's pretty nuts. I would say it's great, too. I don't think it's a 1. I think it's a 2. I think it's better than people think. Like, Valen's Chosen, right? Valen's Chosen, but a little bit worse. Like, Valen's Chosen is amazing. I think this is a great card. 2. Primal Fusion. Give a minion +1/+1 for each of your totems. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, that's quite good. This is I think, great, if not amazing card. I feel like they're overdoing Shaman. No? This is probably, like, think about in Arena, right? For 1 mana, like, if you have 1 totem, that's +1/+1 for just 1. That's a banana. But at +2/+2, it's a better Mark of the Wild, and you can very realistically have 3 or 4 totems. So I would say it's great. I would say great, 2. Psychotron. Taunt Divine Shield. Oh. Yeah, I think this is great. I think people underestimate how good Divine Shield Taunt is. It's quite a bit worse than the Sunwalker because 3 attack is not nearly as good as 4, but I think it's actually insane. I would say 1.5. Rallying Blade. Paladins. Give +1/+1 to your minions with Divine Shield. How are you guys saying 2? Are you serious? 2? This is a 1. How is this not a 1? What? Wait, why is this not a 1? Like, it's great already because it's a 3 mana 3/2 weapon, right? But then you're giving your minions with Divine Shield, like, it's insane. If it gets the buff off, it's insane. So I think it's amazing. I think it's a 1. Yeah. Maybe fine. Maybe a 1.5. But yeah, like, I think weapons in Arena are crazy as they are. And then when you have anything additional, especially like this, oh gosh, the problem with this is, like, it's so snowbally, right? Like, it's by itself, it's already a very decent card, and with the Battle Cry, it's just like so much snowball because it gives them +1/+1, and then they get to attack. Oh, It's just too much. Rusty Hook. Oh, this is the warrior one. Selfless Hero. Give a random friendly minion Divine Shield. Yeah. I mean, it's a 1 mana 2/1, which is already statted fine. And then the death rattle is absurd. So I think it's still a 1 mana 2/1, but I think it's going to be way better than people think. I think it's going to be great, if not amazing. So it is a rare, but oh gosh. Not everyone can deal 1 damage on turn 1 is the problem, right? So when you play this into a turn 2, it's just like the snowball effect just happens so quickly as Paladin. But you know, to be fair, they have given a lot of other classes that 1 damage ping, right? We have like warriors with a 3 mana 3/3 that has a whirlwind effect, and they have like the mage. Well, mages don't need help, but you know what I mean. Like they have introduced a lot more pings, like deal 1 damage, which is nice. But I still think this is going to be insane because you are going to find yourself in situations where you don't have a way to deal with it, and it's going to, like, the impact of the Divine Shield is just too nuts, especially in the form of another body. Shadow Beast, villager, deal 5 damage to an undamaged. Wow. Why? I don't get it. Why? Why are they giving this to rogues? Okay, 1. 3 mana kill a 4-drop or a 5-drop. Maybe even a 6-drop if you add your weapon into it. Alright, shatter, destroy. Wow. Well, it is a little bit hard to activate. Like Cold Blizzard, you have your Water Lilies, but then that means it has attacked it. You have that freezing stuff. I don't think this is that good. I think it's going to be annoying. I'm going to be annoyed. But it's going to be kind of hard to get the combo off. So I would say actually just maybe average. Like, I think average or even below average, because it really is hard to get that combo off. I don't think there's enough freezes to be scared of it yet. But it is going to be really ridiculous when it happens, to, like when they happen to get a Frost Nova and this happens, right? But once again, when you really think about it, it shouldn't be that bad. Oh, spare part? I mean, spare part, yeah, but that's still a small chance. I think it's 5 or 6. I think it's pretty bad. I think you guys are overestimating how often things get frozen, and you're still paying 2 mana and a card to destroy it further, right? So, yeah. Silithid Swarmer can only attack if your hero attacked this turn. Can only attack if your hero attacked this turn. Okay, so just insane on Rogue, right? Like, that's it. It's insane on Rogue. Maybe Druid. Maybe. Much less so Druid. Because it makes you have to hero power, but this on Rogue is going to be crazy. So I think on Rogue it's 1. And I think on every other class, even Druid in them, it's, oh no, actually probably on Druid. No, because once again, you really don't want to have to hero power. You know what I mean? Like, if you hero power in turn 4, that means you only have 2 mana to do stuff after. Whereas, like, very realistically, you can turn 2 dagger, which is like a fine play. You turn 2 dagger, you pass, you're happy, right? And then you play Silithid Swarmer, and that's crazy. So, yeah. Yeah. Silver, yeah. Okay. Slime. Okay. These are all the tokens. I think we're done. Are we done? Oh, no. South Sea Squidface. Give your weapon +2 attack. It's a rogue card. It's good. It's probably better than good. Well, Blade Flurry's gone, so that's nice, but Let's just say it's a death rat. It's a conditional deadly poison with a 4 mana 4/4. So it's like a 3 mana 4/4 with a deadly poison, but it is a little conditional, so it's not as good. Yeah, it's still pretty nuts. Probably would rate this as a 3. Because I think Tomb Pillager is probably like a 1.5, right? And I think Tomb Pillager is still going to be better than this. I think this is 3. I don't think we want to overrate this card. Because it is still slightly situational. Slightly. Because it's a 4 mana 4/4, so the stats aren't that insane. But yeah. Okay. Nope. Squirming Tentacle. It's a 2 for taunt. It's a taunt. It's a little bit worse than a Fierce Monkey. The 2 for stat line does feel quite weak though. But it's still a taunt, so maybe 3.5? I don't think it's good. Like, the difference between a 2/4 and a 3/4 is so huge. But I would say 3.5, like, it's a little bit better than average. Stormcrack. Deal 4 damage to a minion, overload 1. 2 mana, deal 4, overload for 1. What can't hit face to minions? Deal 4 damage to a minion. It's like a flame cannon, but targetable. I think it is pretty good. Especially like if like it could be 2 mana, deal 5 with the spell power totem too. I think it's actually quite good, especially like it is kind of like that spot removal that you want, right? Because you're a shaman, and they've already introduced so many strong shaman cards that it feels like the minions are already going to carry you. So when you have strong minions and you have removal behind that, that's why like mage is so strong, and rogue, right? You have like strong removal with minions behind it, and paladins, and yeah, this is kind of what they're doing for shaman too. You've given them strong minions, now you're reinforcing it with strong spells, and this as a common is pretty strong. So I'd say for the purpose of shaman, it's going to be a 2 for me. Twilight Darkmender. Battlecry. No, it's a Cthulhu card. Twilight Elemental. It's Hammer of Light. Okay. Twilight Geomant. No, Cthulhu. Are we done? We're almost done. Twin Emperor. No, Cthulhu. Okay. That's the Cthulhu card, right? Yeah. Oops. Cthulhu. Oh, wait. What's that? Okay. Twisted Worgen. 3/1 stealth. That's really good. This is a great card. 2. 2 for me. It's a little bit worse than the Panther one, right, for druids, but it's a neutral, and I think the stealth, that for stealth cards, the attack is what's relevant. So it's very good, great. I don't think it's amazing. Usher of Souls, whenever a friendly minion, right, that's Cthulhu. Wisp options. I think we're done. Oh, last card. Give a random friendly minion +1/+1. Give a random friendly minion +1/+1. So it's a 1 mana 2/2. Yeah, it's quite good. It's a little situational because they can clear it, just like the other stuff they can clear, but I think it's still going to be playable. I would say this is a 3. A 3. Because like I think just like playing stuff is important and having them have to deal with multiple bodies. And at the end of the day, you're only paying 1 mana for this, so okay. Well, that's the set. We're done. We're done. We're done. Oh. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a long... That took way longer than I thought it would. But, yeah. The general opinion is that I think shamans are going to be very strong. Warriors are going to get a lot better. Thank you to Dalibo for the 17 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. But yeah, it feels like they gave rogues, paladins, and mages all a lot of good stuff, which is a little upsetting. I know they helped out shamans, but like the priest cards felt a little underwhelming, And the Hunter cards, I don't feel like they're going to be that strong in Arena either. I don't think Hunter's going to be helped. But maybe I'm crazy. Thank you, Subtweet, for the